Hey y'all, let's get started. Today we're making a bob wig for one of our clients. There will be no closure. This is just going to be a full wig. This is a canvas head. It says 22 inches, but it actually measures more like 23. So I marked it out so I remember. This is the wig cap that I'm using on today. It is a spandex dome cap. Nice elastic band around the outside. You just place it on, stretch it out, put your T-pins in to hold it in place, and you're ready to go. All right, so put a few more in the front just to secure it after I put the ones in the back. We're using Brazilian live hair today. It's human hair. It comes in, well, we're using a 10-inch. It comes in various inches, but we're using a 10-inch. Great hair, moves well, holds curl well, and it looks funky cute on me. Oh, yes, girl, you better do it. Work it. All right, so the ends sometimes are kind of frayed, so I don't like that. I like to start off with the clean end. So what I'll do is I'll just snip that end off. See how straight that is now? I'm just using the 30-second bond glue. And I just put glue on the track from start to finish. Just, as far down as I could go without getting, too much glue on the... if you go down too far, sometimes when you're trying to put it up there, glue will get all over the other hair that you're using. And also, like an arm's length pretty much works for me to be able to do. And I spray it with some Got To Be glued. And that'll kind of help the glue to start to get tacky or sticky a little bit faster. So I'm not trying to like hold it and press it in place so long waiting for it to dry in place. So give it just a second here. All right, so we're just placing them on and then we'll just cut them. The dog came in. Okay, so back to it. Just place them, and you're gonna place them like, is this a ½ inch? About a ½ inch apart. It depends on what kind of bob you're doing. If I'm doing a blunt cut bob, I will typically just place them ½ inch apart. If I'm doing a layer bob where I need like a little bit of height and bump here in the back, then I'll place them across, but then I'll start to make like a half moon shape. But I'll show you that in another video. For this one, we started out, we were just gonna do like a blunt cut bob, which is what she kind of originally kind of said. But then later on, I had to actually cut it into a layer bob because we decided to switch it up and do something different. But I just go on here and glue it from the bottom to the top. I go all the way until I'm reached to where like about the temples are on the unit. And then I'll actually start to kind of circle it around a bit. But if I'm doing a side part, then sometimes I'll circle it around. Sometimes I'll kind of go at an angle. I'll put more tracks here and then kind of go at an angle, laying them this way, this way, this way, this way. And then just closing in that circle there. So I'm just going to keep doing this a little bit further just to show you guys an idea of how that works. Let's see. This is my first video doing this way. So my son actually introduced me to this app. It's called Record It. Love it so far. So you just make your video, and then it allows you to either do face where you can talk over and you can actually see the person talking, or I could just do a voice over it. So today I decided, come out of my element, stop being so shy about everything, and just do it, okay? So sometimes you gotta encourage yourself and just be like, look, I'm just gonna do it. You can like the video, you can not like the video. Not gonna matter much to me. At least I know that I accomplished the fact of putting it out there. So that's kind of how it's going. So yeah, so we're about halfway up. It does not take long. Literally, to lay these tracks, it probably takes you about 15, 20 minutes, like once you get the hang of it. And I've been doing this for so long that I just glue it, hold it up, glue it all the way down, spray it all the way up, lay it all the way across, snip it, and then I can do that for about 3 more times because I've glued it far enough down the track that I don't have to glue it each time. So I kind of thought I sped this up when I was doing the video. Maybe not. Maybe I did. So what happens was I finished the whole thing, and this is what it looks like. Now, what happened was I got my clippers out. I swore I was recording, okay? And when I get ready to press stop on my recording, because I use the clippers to actually cut the bob, the foundation of the bob, the perimeter of the bob, and realized that it was a photo. I was still on photo, and I had pressed the button on photo, and no recording was done whatsoever on the actual shape of the bob. So what I'll do is in another video, I'll just show you guys how I did that. But anyway, I just used my clippers and for the back, and then angled down, and or angle down, and then angle down again on the other side to kind of create that bob in the bottom there. And then I used a razor to kind of razor into it to give it some layering through the bottom, but not to give it like that blunt cut, because you know you're laying tracks like this. So when you go to cutting, sometimes you can see the lines and you're cutting for your layers. If you go in and razor it, it smooths that out, and it won't make it where it's so you won't see the blunt lines there. It'll be more of a blended look. So I'm just kind of going in here, elevating it just a little bit, just to, elevating just a little bit, just to kind of take some more of the bluntness out of the bottom there and blend in the bottom, because I still have that blunt line across the bottom. So even though I raise it through a little bit further into the back of it, like here, I raise it into it to give it some layering, but you still need to go in and cut out that weight line at the bottom so it just doesn't look so blunt. Especially since I'm doing a layered bob. If I was doing a blunt cut bob, that would be great. But since I decided to put some layers in the back, I wanted to kind of texturize that weight line just a little bit to get it out. So I just used my clippers, took my comb, lifted it up just a little bit. I mean, my scissors, my shears. Lifted it up just a little bit, cut into it, let it fall, point cut it into it, and let it fall, and it was just fine. So I'm going to go in here and like put some layering through the, we'll hold it up at 90. And we're going to just kind of point cut into that, so there's no harsh blunt lines. And you know, when you're combing it back, then the pieces that are further towards the front are going to be longer. But I had already taken care of that. So it makes it, by me holding it up, I cut that, put some layering in, and I'm slowly going back, which leaves that front at the length that it's going to be. And I can keep cutting towards the back and just kind of give it that layered look, so you have that feathered look. So if you hold it up and cut it going back, then you'll get that cut it, layer going back. So that's what I did there. So now around the front, I'm just cleaning it up to give it the length that I want in the front, because her bang is going to be kind of like this, like, ooh, yeah. So it's going to be like here instead of like something that covers like a whole eye, you know. Yeah, we don't want that. We just want it to be kind of layered so that it'll be like more like this. So that's what I was doing there. And let's see, so now this is the product that I'm using. I'm using actually the Kenra Thermal Styling Spray. The 19 is just the strength of the hold. Their hold goes up to, I think, like the 30s maybe. So it's not a firm hold. It's actually a flexible working hold. But once you put your curls in, it actually gives it more of a lasting hold, but without it being hard. It's no hard. It's actually a movable spray, or like a working spray. So you're going to go in here and lift it up. Don't do it in too big chunks, because you'll miss some pieces. You do want to take time with these things when you're actually working on the client's unit. So this is a flat iron that I actually ordered on Groupon. So I get a lot of flat irons on Groupon sometimes. They've had fabulous flat irons. They've had Beliza. This one was one called like Isuzu or something like that. So I was like, okay, I've heard of Isuzu. It's like a truck or something, but I'm going to try these flat irons. So I bought a pair in titanium and a pair in ceramic. Right now I'm using my ceramic flat irons. They are on 410. I'm going to spray a little Influence Shine Spray up here. Now, sometimes I'll use a thermal, it's actually called Thermal Seal from Influence. But I'm just going to use a little bit of their shine spray here just to go in and just put a little bit of shine on it, because I've already got the holding spray on. But I don't want it to be too shiny. I don't want it to be like wiggy, shiny look. So that's why there's just a couple mists that cover like the whole head, and then that's it. You just comb it through and keep going. So once I get the bottom, because I don't want the bottom to be too tight, I just want it like a bend just to take that straight out of the back of that bar, just something just to kind of give it that curve, that area. So now I go in with the Hot Tools curling iron, which is a 1.5 inches, I do believe. And this is going to put a little bump to it, a little bump. Make your bob go bump. So you can see that little bump there, that bend. And then you want to do the bottom, the first bend that you do, that's closest to the part that you've actually just taken the flat iron and put a bend into it. You don't want to hold that out too far. If you hold it out too far, when you go to comb it down, there's going to be like a separation. You can see the difference from what was curled with a curling iron and what was just flat iron. So you want to hold that down just a little bit. Or you can, when you curl it, go ahead and rake it out. Because you know, if you comb your curls out, as soon as while they're still hot, they're going to not be as defined or as tight or whatever. So if you take that and go ahead and take your rake comb and just rake through that, then that'll help out. So just do some curls away from the hair, away from the front. So that'll give you that bump, that wave. My dog is at the door. Bub, go away. Anyways, he's like, what are you doing in there? Why can't I come in? You can't, because I'm doing a video. Ugh, yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing here. And you don't have to take little small sections for this because you don't want it to be curled. You're just doing these big bumps here in the front just to give it like a layered, being like a nice flowy big layered looks. Because once you take your rake comb and rake through that thing, it's just gonna be like, yeah, like feathers. And everybody likes movement, so the curling iron just actually just gives it movement and body. You're not doing it for curls. And if you remember from hair school, those of you that went to hair school, you have your own base, off base, and on base, off base, and half base curls. So I am actually just pulling these up at a 90 for the ones in the top, which is going to be are my half base curls. And that just means I'm not giving it too much where it's like sitting up, like bam, but it does give it some volume and some height here. So we are actually going to be finishing up here. I'm actually spraying some Holding Sprays by Sebastian. Oh, no, I'm using Rust Texture Spray. Sorry. I did use Sebastian spray on something else though, I promise you. But that was a Rust Texture Spray. And so look at that. It's not a curl, but just gives it like a little bit of wave, a little bit of bounce, a little bit of bump, a little bit of everything. It just gives you a little bit of life. You know what I'm saying? This bob is giving me life right now. I like it. Told you. I knew I liked it. Forgot I even did that in the video. Like, I was curling it out like, yes, girl, this is about to be cute. She had an appointment. And she couldn't make it. She called and was like, I have the flu. I can't come. I was like, girl, you sure can't, because I don't want you here. Not with no flu. So she was like, well, you think maybe you can make me a wig one day and I can get it? I was like, you know what? I'll use your appointment time. When she was getting a quick wig, which would have taken me a couple hours. I'll use your appointment time and make you a wig. I told y'all I use Sebastian spray. The shaper spray. Just to kind of put these in place because it has to get to her. Her mom's coming to pick it up for her. And so I want her curls and her body and her feathers and everything to be in place. So after I curled it this way, I was like, I want to add a little something extra, a little something. I was liking this. But as you can get ready to see, I did change up the curl just a little bit. And I'll do a different video to show you how I curled that to give you the different kind of curl that you're getting ready to see. But this is how it looked when I curled it originally. So yeah, so you see how the bottom is kind of textured. It's not like a harsh line there. Yes, you better shake that hair. Honey. This was the curls that I like. So it gave more of a beach wave, like a short, wavy. Oh, yes. Honey. You better put them waves in. The lived-in beach wave look. So this is how it'll look on her. It'll be off her face. It won't be, because she's a nurse. It won't be anything that's just sitting right there in her face. But I loved it. I loved it. Yes. I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to get me some followers, and I want it to be you, okay? So I'm Tashara at Therapy Salon and Extension Studio. My website is Therapy Salon Studio. Follow me.